Hello, welcome in. My name is Mindy. I am CNY Woman, and you found CNY Woman Enjoys Yarn Therapy. Today I'm going to be working on the ripple blanket again. I did link the pattern this time in the description for the video. I did tag the yarn I'm using, so you can go buy it from Yarnspirations. Well, they're still having their 40% off sale. And we're just going to work on this tonight. I have orange and pink yarn left. So this is what I have left. So we're just going to work on this tonight and see who shows up. And hopefully I can get this blanket done tonight, which would be ideal. Hopefully somebody will get notifications and show up. Welcome in. My name is Mindy. I'm working on a crocheted baby blanket. If you want to join me, grab a project and we can hang out together for a little while. Hello, welcome in, guys. My name's Mindy. I'm from Syracuse, New York, and you found CNY Woman Enjoys Yarn Therapy. Hello, L-I-A, L-I, Yarny, I think is how you pronounce your name, and then Beverly. Welcome in. If you're joining me for the first time, I'm working on a baby blanket, and it is out of Bernat Blanket Ethereal Stripes. I have linked to the pattern that I'm using, which is a free pattern from Yarnspirations, and I also tagged the yarn, so you can go right to Yarnspirations and buy it if you want to. It's on sale for 40% off right now. It's $8.99 instead of being $14.99 a cake. And this color is called Sunrise. Oh, you're using your grandma's phone. Okay, I have a feeling, Nellie, I have a feeling you're a kid, and I got to keep you safe by keeping you out of the chat. So unfortunately, I'm going to exit you out of the chat, but you'll still be able to watch the podcast because we don't want anybody being a bad adult. Let's put it that way. So that's what I'm going to do. Hide user on this channel. So I have to do that with kids because kids will say things like how old they are or where they live or other stuff. But this way she can still watch the chat and hang out with us, but she won't be able to participate in the chat. And I do that because YouTube is very strict about content that is created for children. And my podcast is actually supposed to be for adults, but I consider crochet to be pretty mild and tame. Occasionally we stray into some adult topics, but we will not tonight because we know we have a child in the audience. So that's what we'll do. I am crocheting into the back loop only. And I'm doing single crochet into the back loop only because that's what the pattern calls for. And like I said, the free pattern is in the description for the video, so you can pick up the free pattern. And then if you want to buy the yarn, it's tagged. It'll take you right to Yarnspirations. This color is called Sunrise. It has all different kinds of colors in it. And it's Bernat Ethereal Stripes. I really like it. It turned out really nicely. There was only, I think there was only like one knot in the whole entire skein. And this one, I don't think there's been any knots. So it takes 2 skeins to make this blanket. So it's pretty easy. It's a nice, good beginner pattern if you're working on it. There's like one setup row. That's row 1 after you do the chaining. And then you do row 2, which is slightly different from row 1. And then you just keep repeating row 2. So it's pretty easy. And think about giving me a thumbs up if you could. You can do that by just tapping your phone screen twice, going tap, tap. And you can do that right in the video. You don't even have to leave the video to do that. If you want to chat about something, please feel free to type it in the chat. I'm crocheting, Katya. It is crochet, and I'm making a baby blanket. I'll show you the blanket in just a second. Let me get all my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2. Okay. So I'm going to show you what the blanket looks like. Let me spread it out a little bit here. It looks like this. It has pointy ends. That's called a ripple blanket because it looks like ripples in water. And the yarn changes color like this automatically. It's printed like that. It's dyed like that, so it changes color. And I'm using 2 skeins of it. So I'm going to have to flip my work here because I got to go in the other direction now. Sorry. And crochet is pretty easy. If you've never done crochet before, I do have a Learn to Crochet playlist on my channel. So you can learn how to do this. It's pretty easy. It takes practice like anything. Like when you were learning something new in school, you know, like if you were learning how to play an instrument or play baseball, you got to practice in order to get better. So that's what you do with crochet too. Welcome in, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Katya. Good evening, Kristen. Welcome in. I'm doing the ripple blanket again, but I linked to the yarn this time. I tagged the yarn and I linked to the pattern. So I'm doing well, Kristen. I'm glad you're doing okay. Just made it through the week at work. It seemed like it was forever. I don't know why, but it was. I'm going to see my aunt tomorrow in her new assisted living place. So I wanted to come after 10, but she's like, that'll be, close to when we eat lunch. I think they must eat lunch at like 11 or something like that instead of 12. So I was like, I'll come at 9. So I have to get up earlier than I would normally be on a Saturday morning, which is fine. Then I got to go get my taxes done at 2 o'clock. And then hopefully I'll be going out to dinner. I did not go out to dinner last night. My friend who thought he was going to take me out wound up doing part of another guy's route, picking up the garbage. So he was not able to take me out last night, which is fine. It was kind of an offshoot thing anyways, so. And we're going to go Longhorn Steakhouse on Saturday night. I'm not sure exactly what time. And I might have to clean up the living room in the meantime, just to get the boxes out of here. Let's see. It was just my power company telling me that we might get snow tonight and wind. So we shall see. Hopefully it stays north of us. Yeah, fun times indeed. I want to get this blanket done tonight. And I ordered some more hooks from Temu. Let's see. Kristen says, so Wednesday was in the 80s where she is in Maryland. Thursday it snowed. Today was in the 50s. Mother Nature is seriously off her meds. I would agree. We had in the 70s on Monday and in the 60s on Tuesday, and today it snowed. So I ordered a set of hooks in plastic this time from Temu. They are very much like the Prim hooks. I managed to get, I think it's 6, 7, 8 millimeter, 9 millimeter, 10 millimeter, and 12 millimeter. So 6 hooks. And they were having a weird sale. So I got like $5 off, and it was $5.12 altogether for the set. So I think it was 13 cents with tax. So it's the first time I've ever saved money on Temu instead of spending money to get something for free. So I'm not sure when they're going to come because, you know, they're on a slow boat from China, literally, or a fast plane from China, and then they got to go through customs. Or there might be a warehouse in the US. I'm not really sure. It depends. So I'll get them sometime in March. I'm not really that worried about it. It's not like I'm, you know, desperate for hooks or something. I made a quesadilla for dinner tonight. Had that with a little salsa. And then I had some high protein sour cream and onion potato chips. I know that doesn't make sense. I'll show you the label so you can see what I had. They're from a brand called Quest, and they're potato chips, but they're protein chips, and they're sour cream and onion flavored with natural flavors, 19 grams of protein, and 4 net carbs. So it's an alternative to potato chips. They're protein chips, so. Kristen says, cool, I had a protein bar. Hurricane Matthew is here, says hi. Welcome in, Matthew. Yeah, you can tell my flower bulbs are confused because I had tulip bulbs starting to come up. And now they're going to get snowed on. So they're mighty confused. And a sure sign of spring is that there is a place along Lake Ontario that opens, and they're opening March 18th. It's a place called Rudy's. It's a restaurant that's like a seafood burger drive-in type of thing. Only you go in, you go to the counter, you order, you get a pager, you go sit down literally by the lake. They have picnic tables by the lake, and then you get paid. The pager goes off when your meal is ready. You go back in, you pick it up, you give them the pager, and then you eat outside. So it's really nice. There are some booths inside, but I don't know why anybody would eat inside unless it was raining or something. And even if it was raining, you can eat outside. There's a pavilion over some of the picnic tables, so you would be able to eat outside. It's really nice in the summertime. You can watch the sunset up there. And Natty says, "Ooh, I'm crocheting now too." So it's very nice because there's an ice cream place that's down the street, Bev's Ice Cream. That's really nice. And it's right next to the State University of New York at Oswego. It's right down the street from that. So we always go up once a summer, maybe twice a summer, because it's a thing to do. And Kristen says that's neat. Got my groceries tonight. They were delivered by a very nice lady, and she had her son help deliver them too. He was all of probably 7 years old. And Natty says, "I am currently crocheting a blanket for my guinea pig, Bella." Aw, that's cute. And like I said, I'm making a baby blanket. If you want the free pattern, go to the description for the video and it'll give you a nice free link to the free pattern. And I also tagged the yarn that I'm using. The only thing that would be different is the color should be Sunrise. It is available on Yarnspirations right now for $8.99 instead of $14.99 a cake because they're having a 40% off sale. I will have an order coming from them sometime when they pack it up and send it. I'm not anticipating that being soon though, because if they're doing a 40% off sale, they're going to get a lot of orders. So it's a crapshoot as to when I'm going to get mine. And I am using an 8mm prim hook, PRYM. It's an L hook, 8mm. The yarn's turning kind of a pink color now, so we got a mixture of orange and pink. And it'll end when it's all pink. So I'm getting there with the yarn. I have other blankets going that you'll probably see throughout the weekend. I have a corner to corner going in Premier Puzzle in the color Jigsaw, which is like browns, beiges, and blues. I have a ripple blanket going in Homespun in the color Montana Sky, which is blue. And then we have a pink ripple with a size P 16, sorry, a size Q 16 millimeter hook. And I'm using 2 strands of mandala from Lion Brand for that, along with 1 strand of Big Twist Value Pound Plus yarn in the color magenta. So it's like pinks and whites together. So those are the blankets I have going right now. There is another blanket I can see, but it's not one I'm currently working on. And I know there's one behind me that I am not currently working on. So those will be like spring projects. Not right now. So it's fine. So I thought about buying more puzzle yarn because it's on sale for another 20% off. So there's 3 discontinued colors that are $12.80 for a 3-pack, which is pretty cheap. But then you got to remember that you're going to get about $10 in shipping and handling. So you got to figure that into the price. And I was like, I don't need any more because I've already ordered 2 of the colors and I have them. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't really need any more. I did order some anti-pilling yarn from Walmart because my cousin's daughter-in-law and son are expecting a baby in September. And I ordered white because I don't know what the gender of the baby is going to be. Hi, Joan. Welcome in. So I decided I'm just going to make a jacket and a coat, sweater, that's what it's called, a sweater, a cardigan for the baby, and a hat. And I'm not going to put buttons on the cardigan. It's just going to have a tie at the top. So it'll be fine. And then I have probably enough yarn left over to make a blanket too. But I'm not sure what I want to do for the blanket, so we'll have to see. I'm pretty far on it. I have this much yarn left, so it fits sort of in my hand. And that was out of a 10.5 ounce cake. So I have a couple ounces left, maybe a fifth of the skein to a quarter of the skein left. So I'm hopeful that I'm going to get this done tonight. Which would be good. Yep. There you go. There's the full Monty of the blanket. This is the top part. It's going from orange to pink. And tonight I linked. Oh, you can do the pattern? Good. Good. I linked to it tonight, so you should be able to get the pattern for free. Yep. And Joan's saying hi to everybody. Sorry I'm not too chatty tonight. Kind of like a little bit tired from the week. It's been a long week. And yesterday I wasn't feeling the best, so I actually came home from work early. Was feeling a little better in the afternoon. So I did a live in the afternoon and then went to my doctor's appointment. Oh, goodness. Excuse me. I have an eye doctor appointment on Monday. And I have to go to the plastic surgeon on Thursday next week because they want more photos so they can get me a tummy tuck paid for by insurance. You have to show that under the muffin top there's a rash and it has to be bad enough that surgery would help. So, consequently, I will be going back for more photos. Oh, the excitement. It's probably going to be a very quick appointment because we'll just be taking photos and then I get to go home. I don't think I have anything going on Sunday, so that's good. I'll probably do laundry Sunday. Hi, Ronnie. Welcome in. Kristen said, I'm going to a kid's birthday party Sunday. Oh, cool. Sorry I'm yawning so much. So now I've got like this much yarn. So getting there. Getting there. So I don't know what time I'll be doing a live tomorrow because of visiting with my aunt and then having to clean the house for company later. Let's see. Kristen says, yep, helping to keep the birthday boy preoccupied while his friends play laser tag. He's recovering from having his appendix removed and can't play but wanted to still have a party. Aw. Well, I'm glad he's okay. Having an appendix out can be a rough thing. My dad had his appendix out as an adult, and I just remember him laying on the bathroom floor and screaming that he was going to die, and us going, you're not going to die. We're going to the emergency room. And he actually drove to the emergency room. Go figure that one out. Why my mother did not drive, I have no idea why. And it was sometime in the 80s. He's healing up really well, says Kristen. Good. Good, good. And Joan says, bye. I hope I can see you soon. Okay. Thanks, Joan. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. And Canula is here. Welcome in. Thanks, Joan. Excuse me. So we're getting there with this blanket. For those of you just coming in, my name's Mindy. I live in Syracuse, New York, right in the middle of Syracuse, right in the middle of the state. So that's why it's CNY for Central New York. I've been doing lives for about a year. I've been on YouTube for about 14 years, 13 or 14 years. And there's a whole bunch of content on my channel that you can go watch, including learn how to crochet, learn how to knit, yarn hauls, work in progress videos. There's some lives that have been recorded. I deleted a lot of my old lives because I was giving out too much information about myself. So I've kind of corrected that. Now I'll only say I'm from Syracuse. I won't say anything else. Watched the ending of Starfleet Academy last night. It was very good. It was a very nice series. I liked it a lot. Of course, I've watched everything Star Trek forever. I started out with the reruns of Star Trek, the original series, when I was a kid. I have been to Ticonderoga, where is it a finite series? Yeah, they've done 2 years of live action. I don't know that they've done all the special effects for the second year yet, and I don't know when the second year will be premiering. It's only 10 episodes, but that covers the first year. It's definitely aimed at teenagers, but an adult can watch it too. Ronnie says, I've got a Crochet Buddy app. It's Bean and it has a timer. Okay, cool. Kristen says, interesting. We'll have to check it out. Hi, Lori. Welcome in. And Lori says, hi, Kristen. And Chris says, hi, Lori. Ronnie says, the bean has a room you can decorate. Oh, okay. And Lori says, hi, John. One, two, three, four, five, six. Something is awry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. One too many, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to do a decrease and we're going to make it work. Voila. And Ronnie says the bean in the app has a butt. Okay. And Kristen says, LOL, nice. And Deanna is here and says hi. Welcome in. For anybody coming in, I'm working on a Ripple baby blanket. The pattern is linked in the description for this video. And I've also tagged the yarn. So you can go right to Yarnspirations and buy it. And Lori says, hi, Deanna. Because right now Yarnspirations is having a 40% off sale. So it might be worth your while to go over there and look. I've already placed an order, which should be coming along whenever they get time to do it. Because I know their warehouse is probably overwhelmed since they have 40% off their entire website right now. And we're getting there. We're getting there. It's starting to get dark outside. And Ronnie says, I'm outside. Oh, that's good. Must be warm where you are. It snowed here today in Syracuse. On my air up couch. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was in the 70s and then the 60s on Monday and Tuesday, and then it snowed today. And it's going to snow tonight and be windy. Yay, I'm so excited. The restoration people did, in fact, says Kristen, show up today, and they got started in the basement. Ronnie says it's about 64 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, okay, cool. Excuse me. Good gravy. Trying to think whether I've got enough yarn to make it all the way across again. I think I have just enough. So we're going to give it a whirl and see if this next row is going to be my last row. If I can make it all the way across, which will be interesting. So this is what the blanket looks like. You can see it goes through that color progression. Luckily, I had my first skein ended on the same color that my next skein started with, so it worked out. Yep, it is Yarn Chicken. Da 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 dun 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 dun. Sorry. That was the chicken dance for anybody who hasn't been to a wedding lately, or my version of it. Well, we'll see. I still got to get across. I think I have enough left here to make it across this last row. So we shall see. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ronnie says, my new charger, I accidentally got to 0% today. Wow. And Ronnie says, I got it back to 100%. Good. We're about halfway across. More than halfway across now. Kristen says, I hate scam calls. I get so many a day. Okay. Let me undo some of this. I got a little knotty situation going on here. And I think I will have enough to finish this blanket. And I will not leave you until I finish the blanket. Don't you worry. You will find out whether I win at Yarn Chicken or not. All right, and we are on the very last stitch. How much yarn did I have left? About that much. So about 20 to 21 inches or so. I'm going to get out my scissors. I'm going to clip my end. And then I can sew in that end later off the air, because you guys are not interested in seeing me sew in ends, I don't think. I don't think you would be. Well, maybe you are. This is the tapestry needle I use. It's got a bent, it's purposely bent on the end. And all I do is I go like so, pull that tight, put my crochet hook over here in the cup holder, and then I'm just gonna weave in my end. Chenille is kind of weird to try and weave in ends on. Good enough. And then I got one other end to weave in, which is the end I started with, which is yellow. So all I got to do is weave that end in. Voila, done. All right, I am done for the evening, folks, with this blanket. I will show you what it looks like in 1 second. Remember, this is the yarn I used, Bernat Ethereal Stripes. The color was upside down, was Sunrise. And this is what the blanket looks like. All those colors. And it's only $8.99 over at Yarnspirations, so you might want to pick some up now. It's Bernat Ethereal Stripes in the color Sunrise. And you only need two skeins for this pattern. So have a good night, guys. Thanks, Kristen, and thanks, Lori. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight.